another OVC win.
Yeah, I tell you what, very proud of that. Very proud of the fact of it's kind of neat to hit a place at times where there's a lot of firsts. First time to go to the playoffs, first time to beat EKU, first time to be ranked or beat a ranked team, and so we're starting to get rid of all those firsts, except for making it to the second round of the playoffs and or the second period in the playoffs period. So that was good to get that monkey off our back. It was a thrill and a pleasure to get to coach against Coach Boo, his last his last homecoming game. Last time we had a chance to coach against him. He was very, just can't say enough kind words about what he said about our program before the game. He and I had a private conversation, and I just appreciate that. I asked him, he's going to coach, what are you going to do? He said, I don't know, I've been doing this for over 50 years. And so when I was thinking back my career, I've been doing this about 15 years, and that's a lot more games. And he must have started, obviously, I was 28 before I got my first full-time job. So he started about 23 or so, I guess. So anyway, very excited about it. The game, we won ugly. Guys, let's face it. And we had talked about that during the week. When you go on the road, it doesn't go like always you want it to go. It doesn't, your communication is not the same. The crowd's a little bit louder than you want it to be, or the atmosphere is different. It's more windy, whatever. It's just a lot different. So to be able to win ugly, and the difference of the game as far as it being a statistical, not only just a win, but being statistically the way you want it to go with third downs. Offensively, 5 third downs, 3rd and 5 or less, okay, probably about 3rd and 4 or less. 3 drop passes, fumble, quarterback center exchange, and a running back that tripped over his own feet. Nobody knocked him down. So those are 5 third and shorts, or 3rd and 4 or less that didn't get to extend the drives. So those, if you figure there's 5 there, so you guarantee 3 more downs. So that's 15 more plays in the game that would, you'd like to think would have made a difference. And then on vice versa, they were so good on third downs. Our defense, we give up 9 of 17 on third down. And even though you give up -5 yards rushing, still your total defense was good. You're only giving up, 280 or whatever it was. But 9 of 17 on third downs of a, short pass variety. Certainly that's a thing to improve there. But guys, we had a lot of injuries in the game. C.J. Stell did not play. Josh Cody did not play. Once again, Jed Howard, for the 4th, 5th week in a row did not play. Kendall Harper did not play in the 4th quarter on defense. Let's see. There's 2 more on defense that I can't think. But defensively is where we're just banged up right now. And so, to be able to get out there and win, very proud of that, and now we'll move on this week.
What's the status on all those guys?
Not good yet. CJ, it's one of those, they're all day to day or week to week. So, or let me know probably on Wednesday whether or not we'll get them back. But, DJ Roberts played, did not practice all week, and he was the one that the holding call was on the 4th and 2, which was a pretty neat deal because I thought he handled it really well. The play before, holding was not called, but he got jerked down to the ground, and he looks at the official with the hand gesture like, are you kidding me? And probably, the pass interference call that could have been called or should have been called, but, they should have been all set. And so, I really, when I saw that, I said, well, we're lucky, but, and when I went back and looked at the tape, you should have been offset no matter how it went, so you had to replay that down. But, you only had 4 penalties, and they only had 3, so, if it's a normal game for us and we're up to 7, 8, 9, you probably don't win that game. If you're dealing with
Coach, talk about Montori. Talk about just his transition coming in, and he was talking about how he finally feels like he's figuring it all out and getting rolling and kind of getting back to where he was. Just kind of talk about his transition and kind of where he is now.
It's been a neat progression, and it's been I'm proud of our coaches. I'm proud of Montori too of how it went. As far as he didn't just walk here and was given anything. I mean, he had to earn it, guys. We beat Murray State, and he plays 3 snaps in the game. Jacksonville State, he played maybe 6, 8 snaps in that game. And but it was his practice performance. He just was not physically ready to go. And he'll tell you that. And it didn't know the defense was good and stuff. So, but he handled it really good. I mean, he could throw a fit. He could, you know what I'm saying? You got, you know, a guy that size and with that kind of ability, and who really likes playing football now. You got to see him in practice. And on Saturdays, we don't have a better person that likes playing football than he does. Okay, he's standing in the huddle with me offensively sometimes when our offense is ready to go on the field in a crucial drive. He'll be standing there, you know, cheering. And that's real neat now to have a guy that's played in front of 100,000 people, started, you know, and I remember him coming to see me. We beat Murray. It's a big win, right? And Montori's in the building that morning. The next Thursday night on Friday morning, you know, so I knew, okay, you know, how's he fixing to handle this? And his first words out of the mouth, you know, he said, Coach, I'm the biggest dude on that field. What do I got to do to play more? You know, he played 3 plays. So he just, guys, he's just handled everything about as good as he can handle it with the lack of success early. He just kept plugging along, and you know, he kept his focus, and he's now finally receiving some, you know, fruits of his labor. He just really dominated the game. I mean, with 5 tackles for loss. If you could see it on tape, you'd be more impressed if you saw it on tape and not didn't just look at the statistics. But the energy that he brings, I'm liking to play. You know, now when you're that big, guys, it's not, you know, he's not like a jet defensive end running around everybody now, because he's always got, there's plays where he's got 3 guys blocking him. You know, he gets held by every snap. You know, but it takes 2 guys to block him, and now that he can, you know, that he's playing 40-something plays a game, he's more of a factor. You know, he recovered a fumble. Coach Pollard's yelling at, we got to get a turnover. So we, you know, guys, we got to get the ball loose right here. Julius knocks it loose. Montori scoops it up, covers it, picks the ball up, and brings it over the sideline and hands it to, you know, to Coach Pollard. You know, and Pollard takes the ball back to the official before we get. But he didn't mean it in disrespect. We're trying to show anybody out, but he's like a big old kid, but with a fun personality to be around. And you see that smile that you saw today. That's what he does on Saturday. He likes to play, and you know, he was a captain this week, and I think he's starting to feel like this is, you know, maybe it's not my team, but I'm one of the guys now. Because this, when you transfer, it is, because I did it. I went to Mississippi State Southern Miss. You are an outsider until you get on the field and sweat blood or cry with your team. It's different. You're an outsider. So, very proud of his progression. I hope he continues.
How's he been?
So proud so far. I mean, no better, no worse than anybody else. I mean, no issues. Now, you know, and that's, he hasn't asked for you know, for forgiveness of this, or I was allowed to do this. He hasn't done that at all. You know, so I have nothing good thing to say about it. But he understands the stipulations when he got here. But you know, if you go back and look at you look at his track record, there was the incident there, and I've talked about that as far as off campus there. But you know, there's no charges. But when you're the biggest man in every room that you go in, you know, guys are going to go on you first, all right? And he's not. He just wants to be one of the guys. You know, I've had to call him in one time, and that was early, where I thought this was about the 3rd week of practice, and his comments to me were, you know, be hard on me. They didn't know him really well, because he was all loud all the time, and he did all barking at everybody, but he never would follow through and snatch anybody up out of their shoes or whatever practice. And so I said, well, at least he's got a lot of common sense. You know, he knows the difference between right and wrong. But he has to play with the motor out there in practice, guys. It's comical now that we know him. Okay, if you watch practice, like, he's always barking at somebody. I'm going to kill the quarterback this play. You know, you can't kill the quarterback this play, but it's all bark and it's all comical to him. You know, because I'm always saying, stay off the quarterback, right? Don't let the quarterback's got the orange. You know, and he'll hear me across the field and scream out, I'm going to kill the quarterback. And at first, I didn't know whether to take it serious or not. You know, he said, Montori, you can't kill the quarterback. I'm going to kill the quarterback. And, you know, and he'll get there, and I saw him one day, you know, he got there and he yelled, boo, at him, you know, they turned him up. But he knows the difference to stay off of himself. But the one conversation he and I had several, like the 2nd, 3rd week of the season was, or the practice, he said, coach me like everybody else. Okay, and he was right, because I was kind of feeling him out a little bit. I certainly wanted him to get his feet on the ground. The expectations were the same, but you know, I knew once I challenged him and backed him into a corner, he was going to have to comply he didn't, then obviously that's the repercussions of that. So I was trying to give him a chance to get his feet on the ground before we got to that point. And he came to me and said, coach me like everybody else, and he was right. And I tell you what, the non-school coaches kind of told us that, and they were good about it. They said, hey, he wants to do, well, coach him hard, challenge him, and he'll respond. So, and he has.
Talk about his response this weekend and as a defense as a whole. Of course, I wasn't able to be there, but rushing the ball pretty well. But what did Eastern Illinois do well to pass the ball? I heard they had a lot of time to throw.
Their quarterback, guys, I'm just very impressed with him. I mean, there's some things we could tighten our coverage up and stuff, but they did a good job. A little rub routes, little option routes, and there's seams and all the zones, and we just would just make the little throws. And we got our safeties. We've got to do a better job of fitting some things. They call us in some man coverage. Our freshman corner play got beat. Got beat once. Our sophomore safety got beat in man coverage one time on the long one. Lucky to hold and brought it back. We got to play better in the secondary, because there's a lot of times we're only rushing 3 or 4 trying to get 7 guys in the coverage, and they're just able to. He's good. I mean, go 27 to 36, and very impressive.
This week, CMO?
It's you go back and you look statistically. We lost to them last year, 24-17 and won the league. You look at their stats versus EIU, who was it? EIU, Austin P, and not Tech. Who was the other conference game? Conference winner.
State.
No.
TSU?
We'll take the TSU out of it. There's one more conference game in there. They played 5 conference games, I believe. Who was the other team that beat? Austin P, the EIU.
Eastern Kentucky, Tennessee State.
Well, it was Eastern Kentucky. Okay, you take that, and they lost to Eastern Kentucky. But you look at statistically in those 3 games, I think it's only like 280 yards a game total offense they're giving up. That concerns me. Very much concerns me. So they're doing some good things. A lot of blitz, a lot of fire zones. In last 2 weeks now, offensively, we have not done very well. We won one of those games and scored. The points are okay, but we went from the first in the country, right, total offense and all this stuff, to we've been average for the past 2 weeks. And drop balls, not sustained drops, average quarterback play. I mean, it's probably bad play calling. I mean, it's a combination of that whole offense, and myself included, need to pick it up, because we got to do our part. We got to score points and not turn the ball over.
He's the one that calls plays.
Yeah. That's the fun part of it. That's the fun part of the job on good days, anyway. But I'm glad to see we got Jason McNair going this week. Got it back up to this 100 yards.
Both teams going to be coming into some momentum, and how much does that play into the game as a factor?
Well, that was a big win for them last week, 17-13, and the bottom line is what you're worried about when you play Southeast Missouri is if they get the game close in the 4th quarter. They've probably got the best quarterback in the league when it comes to just making plays. I mean, you've seen it for 4 years, so that concerns you. You give them one drive in the red zone, and the threat of the option. You don't like your chances now, because you can go for it on 4th down, get it to 4th and 2. He's got a great chance to convert it, so that's very concerning. You want to get them at 3rd and long yardages, but they won't let you, because they run the ball, they're patient with it, and all of a sudden one of those options, the quarterback